We're back!
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the second ever episode of PVTV.
Right.
I'm Becca.
I'm Justin.
I'm Ian.
And I'm the guest, John.
He is the guest, John.
I'm the guest.
This is John Thompson. He is the owner and proprietor of this fine establishment known as Preferred Vapor.
How you doing? All doing? Thank you very much.
He's the bee's knees. So today we brought John on because we're going to talk a little bit about where our vape shop got its start, what made him start PV, and how it all became what it is today. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what made you start Preferred Vapor, or vaping in general?
Well, I have to say that it went back to 2009. We'll take it back to 2009.
The Wayback Machine.
Yes. Before vaping was vaping, as we all know it. I mean, there was really next to nothing to choose or to use. So I had really wanted to quit smoking. I had smoked for 14 years, cigarettes, obviously. And really wanted to... Obviously.
Yeah, just kind of
Serious here, John.
Yeah. So I had wanted to quit smoking cigarettes, so I ended up realizing that electronic cigarettes could be the answer, you know. So ended up, actually thank you to my father, he ended up purchasing my first e-cigarette for me. Happened to be a little stick piece of crap. And did not work whatsoever. But the idea, the idea that it could work was there.
Yep.
So I ended up buying. We ended up returning it. Got our money back. Bought another one, another cheap ass one. Again, same problem. Didn't work. So I was getting frustrated. My dad was getting frustrated too. He said, "You know what? Just go find which one you want and buy it, and we'll take care of it that way." So I said, all right, I will. So I did a lot of YouTube research like you're doing right now, watching these videos.
You mean there was internet?
There was internet. Yes, we did have the internet. We did have the interwebs.
The interwebs.
Internet.com.
All of the
Yes.
Internet.com. Thank you, Jude.
Yes. So we did have all of that. In the end, I ended up finding a website called Totally Wicked. They're still around. Great company. Have fought for our rights to vape a lot. So I still respect them a lot. But they had a product called the Joytech Ego. Now, you all know the Ego now as that's a common term, but back then it was the newest thing. There was no variable voltage. It was just the Ego battery, 650 milliamps, a cartomizer or a dripping atomizer. Very simple stuff. Very simple stuff. Point is it was enough to give me the powerful vape that I was looking for. I immediately quit smoking cigarettes and vaped, and it was amazing. And I started realizing that this thing was awesome, and I wanted to spread the word to everyone that you can quit friggin' smoking cigarettes using a vape device that actually works and it's not junk like these other two that I had bought.
We're all living proof of that.
Yes.
So what I ended up doing was starting a review site, electriccigreviews.com. I have 260 some odd videos online.
They're great. You
Yeah,
have
check
to
them out.
Yeah.
They're terrible. I'm not the most funny person. I am
They're very informative.
I'm informed. I can inform you to death, but I will bore you to death at the same time. So, yes. But in the end, it was enough to realize that there was so much out there. And then the industry had started to slightly explode. There wasn't many people vaping. There wasn't many people doing reviews or making e-liquids. There wasn't that much of it. So, it had really taken off for me. Was getting a lot of subscribers, a lot of views. And I got tired of reviewing other people's friggin' junk, to put it nicely. You know, I mean, I appreciate all those companies from giving me things to review, and some of them were decent for the time, but a lot of them had issues. And I just got tired of complaints and things that I didn't like. So in my mind, it was always like, I wish I could start my own vape shop and really do what these companies aren't doing properly. And in 2012, I formed Preferred Vapor because I got tired of all the BS. And it's been crazy roller coaster
Super
uphill.
crazy, awesome ride
Since then.
Yeah,
and
that's
basically how Preferred Vapor was started.
Yeah, we're a little over a year in. We've expanded
3 times?
Three times now.
Yeah.
All,
Four
all in the
times.
same area. Four times.
Four times.
Four
Yeah.
times. So the store's definitely grown from the first time I walked in, which was probably like 3 months after the shop was open, to now. It's just amazing to see where we've come since, since my first time here.
Yeah, being here for slightly over a year, just to see the different types of customers, the different amounts of customers, our customer base grow, and us have grown with them. We have grown with them. Just the amount of love and outpouring that the community brings is awesome, and we want to bring that to you guys.
Yeah,
that's the whole idea of PVTV. Pretty much is
much.
Entertainment, education, fun, vaping.
Yeah.
It's just community, you know, and that's what we are. I mean, how many videos do you see of people sitting around smoking cigarettes, talking about how awesome their cigarette is? There's no community like there is in the vaping community, and you all get it. And if you're not part of the vaping community, then you need to get part of the vaping community.
Email us. We will send you virtual hugs. We will welcome you into our vaping community.
Yeah, you can call us on a telephone.
Yes, call us. Yeah,
All right.
we will yell at you.
Call me maybe.
Don't have that cigarette. We'll yell at you over the phone.
We will shut that shit down real quick. We will shut it down. Any questions anyone wants to ask?
Does anybody have questions for the owner?
Yeah,
of
I
the shop?
actually kind
Don't
of
get us fired. Let's keep it pretty
you
simple
sure?
here.
He likes the fire a lot.
I kind
haven't been
of
fired
have
yet.
a quick question.
Yeah.
Out of all, you had a window over there with all of your old devices that
yes.
you allowed us to
The
see.
museum.
Yeah, it's essentially the Vape Museum of Preferred Vapors. All the devices he's used and grown with. Out of all of his devices, what was your favorite? What was the hardest hitting? Because there were some wacky ass.
Back in the day, there was a company called Atmos USA. A gentleman by the name of Rick was the owner. He had actually disbanded. He had disbanded the company, but he is still around. VaporAlley.com. He's down in Maryland. Great guy. Great website. But he had ended up giving me a bunch of mods, and they were all called the Coppers. Whole bunch of copper mods. They all look like copper tubing and fittings put together. Like they were crazy. They were crazy.
They were pretty crazy.
And they fired by pressing the firing 510 down, and it made a direct connection with the battery.
So it was essentially a hybrid.
Yes, and we were using a 17670 battery, which is a very odd
That's what
size.
year
I
it
know.
was.
What's that?
Here it was.
It was like
76.
yeah.
Did Paul Revere give you that battery?
He wrote it and handed off a copper to John, like the
There
British
you
were
go.
coming.
There you go.
Vape while you can.
Well, I'll tell you what. I had the H2V2. It had a 17670 battery in it, and that thing hit like a goddamn freight train.
Yeah.
And I really loved it. It was my main vape for quite a while, but I mean, I've had quite a lot of devices since 2009, obviously, and vaping has grown a lot since then. I mean, I've accumulated more and more and more, but I mean, I've had the what I call the most advanced devices of the time until it got to now where you can't keep up. It's
It's like
so much happening.
computers.
it's like every day there's a new thing that comes out. It's impossible to keep up, and as long as it's amazing, I don't really care how fast they come out.
One of my favorite things about working at a vape shop is just being able to, when you're a customer, you kind of only see what's new when you come to a vape shop. But working at a vape shop and just seeing the stuff that comes through the door and the advances that are being made, and I mean, just everything. I mean, even just something as simple as like coil technology. I mean, I think back to like when I had like my first EVOD tank, and like I thought that coil was the bee's knees, and now it's like bottom dual vertical, organic cotton coils, and I'm like, what is this? This is amazing.
And there's so much, but it caters to everybody, and you got to understand that there's people that walk in through the door that don't know what it was like 6 months ago. They don't understand what they're how amazing it's gotten, and they don't know the older stuff, so they're seeing a lot of this new stuff. So it's pretty impressive in my opinion where vaping has really gone, and what vapors are doing for the community.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
With the device talk, if you had a favorite device now, what would it be?
I've been rocking my Cloudport T8 with the Delta 2 tank from Joytech. It's pretty phenomenal. Tanks are on the way back, obviously. But I mean, I do rock my Mutation RDA version 3, and I have an Access mod made in the Philippines, made of Kumagong wood.
Kumagong.
Japanese
Come again?
ironwood. Japanese
Kumagong.
ironwood.
Come again?
And that's a regulated device, 78 watts. It kicks ass. It's made of wood. It's freaking beautiful.
It's very pretty.
It's one of my favorite devices as well.
Do you know where it is?
It's upstairs. Yeah. It's in the line of 10,000
Oh, there's things
mods in the air. It's pretty much where it ends up being.
He does. His vape collection is quite extensive.
Yeah, I mean,
it's impressive.
It is, and that's no doubt the same with what we've done with Preferred Vapor. I mean, we've grown it from me running the shop myself to what, 13, 14
50,
employees.
at least 15.
I mean,
When we went to VapeCon 5, I mean, there was
Yeah.
at least 15 of us.
and it keeps growing. So
Keeps
I mean,
getting
you'll more than likely meet the majority of
Yeah.
our staff on PVTV,
throughout the
unless
videos.
they're really camera shy and we can't get them on camera.
We'll
but
just throw up pictures of them doing super awkward stuff.
It'll
We'll
be
just
great.
no, we'll just
They
make a
don't
whole
have a
poster
choice.
out, sit right there.
A mosaic.
Yeah, we'll get cardboard cutouts of the people who won't be on, and we'll just make them say the most ridiculous shit, and they'll hate us.
We'll cut their lips out and stand behind and make them
Yes.
say weird
Yes.
stuff.
So make puppets. We should make puppets.
Yes.
Where's Jim Henson when you need
The
him?
PV puppets.
PV puppet. That's the children's show.
That
That's
was-
No,
that
no,
was-
no.
It's a hard one, yeah. Hard one. All right, so good.
Yeah, as you were saying, the tanks are making a comeback. What is the deal with that? When I first got into vaping about a year ago, the only thing available was the EVOD tank or the T3S tank.
Well, yeah, and then you had the bigger tanks too, like the Pro Tank 2,
yeah.
Pro 2 tank.
the
The
shitty,
Pro
the
2
shitty
tank.
break in half Aero tank, like stuff had started. The idea was being realized, but in the end, what people wanted was a tank that hit like your RDAs do.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what everyone wants. And I've had every single tank since the creation of tanks trying to get the same flavor out of my dripper.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind dripping, but at the same time, sometimes it's friggin'
It's
annoying.
inconvenient.
The
I
convenience
gotta have the
of a
bottle in my
tank is-
pocket. The flavor's amazing. Cloud chasing, I'm more of a flavor chaser than a cloud chaser. But in my opinion, tanks are definitely on the way back up because of newer tanks like the Delta 2, the Atlantis from Aspire. There's that new Arctic one from whoever makes it. That one's supposed to be awesome.
The Arctic tank?
The Arctic
Yeah.
tank. They got the Kanger sub tank, the sub tank mini, the sub tank nano. The Ego 1 is even a sub tank
Yeah, I like
style. I mean, there's so many new tanks that are coming out that actually have the flavor of
vapor production.
of a dripper.
Yeah.
Is it perfect? No, but it's so damn close that I can give it up.
Yep.
I have to say, I mean, I've been strictly, since I started dripping, I mean, I could never imagine myself going back to a tank, and I went to Disney World with my wife recently, and I said, what the hell, and I got myself an Atlantis, and I brought that with me, and the tank this was before the extension came out, and the tank's fairly small, it's like a 2 mil tank, so I was humming through it, maybe, a tank full about an hour. But just the fact that the convenience of not having to drip every 10 steps I took in Disney World was super convenient. I mean, I rocked the tank all day. Oh my God, Mod! And
Yeah,
I
Lance
loved
was a
it.
great
I mean,
tank.
It was great. It was great.
Is it as
super
good as the
convenient.
Delta 2? No.
No, I couldn't. I don't have a Delta 2 because
Well,
when
the
we got
Delta
them
2
in-
wasn't available. It was
Well,
just
no, I'm
coming
saying
out.
now.
No,
I'm saying
well,
now because
yeah.
all of our employees bought them.
Yeah.
We don't have any.
We're out of stock right now.
We don't have stuff.
But I mean, they're still all great tanks.
Yes.
And they're making leaps and bounds
love my
towards the perfect tank that literally hits like a dripper. I think we're on the route, maybe another year.
coming. Probably
I mean,
not even that long.
They're
I mean,
so damn close with the Delta 2 that I feel like they can't be that far off.
Yeah.
So I
Considering the
definitely feel
Atlantis-
that's where the industry's going. Regulated boxes and tanks where you don't have to feed them 180 watts and crazy massive clouds. I mean, if
Right.
that's what you like, fine, but I like flavor.
Yeah, and it's still there. I mean, even if you like the clouds, I mean, these things.
Yeah, this
They
thing
don't-
rips. I mean, did you
yeah.
see this thing?
They don't put out exactly what a dripper puts out, but I mean, to get it out of a tank is just, I mean, that's insane. That's insane vapor production compared to
I mean, that's 48 watts.
when you think back to like an EVOD tank. I mean, the little puffs that we're getting, that's just insane. That's insane.
That's
to me.
where I see the industry going. And then, of course, always going to be starter kits. You're always going to get new people that there's, how many is it? 40 million? 40 million people vape?
Yes.
Or, I mean, or smoke.
They're smokers, yes.
40
not
million
vapors.
people smoke. That's a lot of people that have to buy starter kits at some point
Yep.
in time. And that's going to be the other main focus, obviously, besides this is more advanced. And, starter kits, as they get better and better with the
And they
email
are, yeah.
and the Ego 1, like you guys had done the review on. And
Check that out.
yeah, and the Aspire kits, the premium kits. I mean, the starter kits are becoming better and better and better to where right from the door you're getting something that works amazing rather than some piece of crap that you go to the convenience store,
Yeah.
and buy junk
Nice.
and get turned off because if you buy that like, oh, I tried them stupid e-cigs, it didn't work.
Yeah,
Well,
don't-
you tried a shitty one.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
let that ruin your experience because the
know?
good devices are out there. They're not as expensive as some people have you believe. They're very affordable. They're great quality wise. I mean they work. If that's your only experience with an e-cig is something from a convenience store, try a
Yeah.
vape shop, even if it's online, wherever. Try a decent kit. I mean they work. I mean like I said, we're all living testaments to the fact that you can quit smoking with, by vaping. It's definitely there, along with pretty much all of our other employees, so, and all of our customer base. So it's definitely possible.
Yeah, speaking of convenience store stuff, I was up in New York recently, and I brought a tank and ran out of juice, and that was the only option, going in a convenience store to see what kind of juice they had. They had, what was it? Pumpkin. That was the only flavor that was available that was not zero nic, and it came in 12. I have never had a more disgusting juice in my entire life, and we've come up with some crazy creations here in our juice lab at PV here. So I will never, ever make that mistake ever again.
Be prepared.
Yes, be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, vape shops aren't all open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, you need a coil, buy 2.
Stock up.
You need a bottle of juice,
Get the
buy
big
a 30 mil, buy a 120, buy a little extra. It's usually cheaper too when you buy bulk. I mean,
Yes.
it's just like going to, Sam's Club or BJ's or something like
Getting
that.
all of the cheeseburgers.
Yes.
I know.
Bulk.
I know. Bulk cheeseburgers.
Bulk cheeseburgers.
40 cheeseburgers in one box.
Does McDonald's wholesale cheeseburgers?
I mean, I wasn't a scout, but be prepared. I know it's one of the things. Isn't like something like
It's three.
it's like something like
this.
that. Or
No.
something. Three.
I love you.
Because 3 for me has always been this. It's not.
Well,
it's
you're
not,
a weirdo.
I
'cause
can't
that's
get
not
it to
3.
do that. It's just
That's
3.
the shocker.
No.
That's the shocker.
That's the shocker.
There you go.
Is that why you've always been doing that?
West Coast, like
It
West
is.
Coast.
Bloods. I'm not gonna. We're not gonna get into that.
Let's not.
No. So now that you've been a vape shop owner for over a year and a half, almost 2 years, what has been your favorite experience owning a vape shop?
Yelling at the employees. Honestly.
How did I not
So
see that
good
coming?
at it.
How did I not see
So
that
good
coming?
at it.
No, the best thing is honestly is seeing it grow from nothingness to something amazing to where we actually have become so busy we actually had to, expand to multiple storefronts, multiple shipping areas, multiple wholesaling areas,
Juice area.
juice areas,
Everything has
rebuild
gotten
areas. I mean, everything has gotten bigger, and there's just so many customers that come through here now. So seeing all these new customers coming through,
That's awesome.
seeing the business just being built out of nowhere and quickly.
Very
because
quickly.
Because of the industry,
Yes.
the industry driving, if there's a need, people are going to want it. And there's a need for vaping
It's
stuff,
booming right now, yeah.
and if you can get in there properly, it works out well. So that has definitely been the nicest thing, is seeing the community, seeing the whole thing just kind of build itself so quickly and well. I mean, this place runs very well. I mean, you guys all do a good job, so I'm thankful for that. But yes, pat yourselves on the back.
I almost can't. It's getting to that point.
But
Almost
now,
need a personal assistant.
I mean, now our focus has turned from, yes, we wholesale juice. It's great. We make juice and sell it. It's great. We do shipping online, and it's great. And we help customers when they come through the door, and that's great as well. And now I felt like it was time to branch out and help people nationwide.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing PVTV. That's why we're doing more reviews again. Just to really get out there, in the entire nation and inform people of legislation and new
Help.
juices
Whatever,
and just fun stuff.
Anything you could think of,
Educate
aside
the
from
masses.
Yeah. I mean, the reviews we do, they're not in the PVTV segment, but we are doing reviews. They're out there. They're on our channel page, so definitely check them out too. But yeah, I mean, we want to make somewhere. The way it came across was essentially, if you search vape on YouTube, you get 7 million videos of reviews. It's all reviews. There's nobody sitting down and just talking vape stuff. Bullshitting and joking around and relating
Having
to
fun
vape
about
stuff.
it.
Yeah, I mean that's what we kind of wanted PVTV to be, is just a place where you come home from work, you want to kill 15, 20 minutes, you sit down with your vape, a cup of coffee, and you watch PVTV. We try to keep it funny and light and still educational, but
I'm not good for the funny part. That's easy.
it's funny looking. Hey-o. All right, so we want to thank John for coming on to PVTV.
I appreciate the opportunity to be on my own channel. And great. I love it. So thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Brittany, who is our mixologist. We're going to get to the juice giveaway. With juice, we're going to talk about mixes and your
What are you
PG
doing with your
and
hand
VG.
over there? You're like,
I'm pounding one out,
All
bro.
right, okay.
That's what I'm doing. I'm crawling my way.
Crushing
through
those
this.
apples.
Coming
Yes.
for you, bro. I'm crushing apples.
apple
That's
sauce.
a review reference, so watch it so you get it. So we will be right back with Brittany.
Have a good one.
And we're back. We're here with Brittany, our mixologist,
Hi, guys.
who's going to introduce you to some of our juices, tell you all about all of our mixes and things of that nature.
Yes. So basically, what we can start with is PGVG levels and mixes.
And what PGVG is.
Absolutely, we'll break it all down for you so it's not jargon. PG is propylene glycol. It's your throat hit. It's basically found in everything from nebulizers, inhalers. It's in your shampoo. It's in your toothpaste. Pick up a bottle, look at the ingredients. It's probably in there. That's your dilutant of your mixes, basically. It gives you your throat hit. More for like beginners who want to like a cigarette pull, draw, kind of throaty. That's mainly
that harshness that I just got there.
There you go. That's kind of like what he just got.
Yes.
And then VG is your vegetable glycerin, which is more of a vapor production and flavor carrier. It's more
cloud
for
chasers.
Yes,
cloud
definitely
chasers.
cloud and flavor chasing. It's more for people who have kind of been in the vaping community for a while and doesn't want as much of a throat hit
People, yeah.
cigarette-like vape.
People who like those the throaty or the lung
hit.
hits, lung hits. People who are taking longer and larger inhales.
Right.
It's much smoother vape.
Right, so more for like dripping, stuff like that.
Yes.
But yeah, that we do house mix is our PG heavy mix, which is more like for beginners, cigarette smoker kind of feel. And then we can also do a 50-50 blend, which you kind of get both
Best of
happy
both
mediums,
worlds.
yeah, basically. And then you can do a VG heavy, which will still wick pretty well in a tank, and you'll get a good smooth hit and not so throaty. And it'll not be all clogged up your coils and all that.
Gunky.
Yeah, and
More for your-
you'll get dry hits and none of that fun
More
stuff.
for
That'll
your
do,
Delta
gonk
2
it.
and
That'll do.
that's more for your
Gonk.
Aspire Atlantis Delta 2
Yeah.
Keep
That'll
saying
definitely-
gunky.
gunke.
I'm sold.
It'll definitely wick well in like all the Suburban Nanos, Minis, Atlanti, all them.
Your
good
tanks
stuff.
with your
Atlanti.
larger.
The-
You're an anti. You're an anti.
and then Max, of
Atlanti.
course, for dripping purposes, always basically. I
Yes.
wouldn't do anything else, but yeah, that's pretty much it for PGVG levels and such.
Awesome.
But
So yes, us as drippers, I think we've all pretty much graduated to the dripping aspect of vaping. I'll use the
VG.
Max because it's much easier for us to cloud chase. You know, to take the larger.
The flavor's awesome.
The flavor is awesome. The flavor is awesome, especially when you're inhaling clouds the size that we are.
yeah.
I like
Weird as that sounds.
Yeah, I like Max VG because
Inhale the
it's
clouds.
much more viscous than a heavier PG.
Word of the day.
Yeah,
Viscosity.
it's much thicker. So if you're dripping it in an atomizer that's got so many holes like I do, if you use a heavy PG blend, it's literally just going to flow out of all of those holes. So you don't want that. That's why I use a Max VG blend.
Then it ends up on your device. It ends up if you're using something
Vape.
that's regulated with chips.
Yeah, you don't need
it's
liquid
all
in
inside of there. You don't want that. Yeah, so the thicker juice is definitely the way to go if you're into dripping. And if you're into a starter kit, if you're just quitting smoking, the PG is probably your best route.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
definitely
going to give you that
house
throat hit. It's going to mimic the feeling that a cigarette was giving you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to go with the tobacco flavor. I mean, you could vape cotton candy at a high PG. It's still going to give you
The throat hit.
that throat hit,
I
that
went-
feeling.
Right for strawberry cream.
Strawberry cream. I was orange Dream Bar was my first because I didn't want my brain making the association with. I tried to remove tobacco, cigarettes, all of those words out of my vocabulary, and as long as my brain was like, I'm getting nicotine, we were golden. It didn't matter what flavor
See,
I was
yeah.
vaping. So
Exact opposite.
Yeah, I took the exact opposite approach as well.
I knew it wasn't going to taste cigarette. It wasn't going to give me that Marlboro taste, so why even bother?
yeah,
Give you something to taste all nice,
something
yummy.
delicious.
Yeah,
Num-nums.
I was a menthol smoker from the get-go. I started with Newports, moved to Marlboro menthol, and then went right into vaping into Ultra Ice, just straight menthol crystals.
That's
No
gross.
tobacco, because to me tobacco is super gross. So
Like
I just
floral.
went, straight menthol.
Flowers.
My favorite customer is the one who walks in who's having trouble with their tank and they're vaping 24 milligram PG heavy extreme ice and they're like, it's not hitting right. Can you try it? And I'm like, sure. And then I'm out. I wake up. It's Thursday. And I'm in a Wendy's parking lot. And I'm like, what the hell happened? What just went down? We need like a warning. We need like some kind of sign that says like, please, be kind to the
Be
vape
kind to the
employees,
people behind
'cause
the counters.
It's a horrible thing to spring upon someone. It's just no fun. It's just no fun.
So how do you end up coming up with some flavors in the back?
Really, it just comes from basic creativity. I guess I've always had that kind of aptitude, but really, I've been in there so much that I'm so familiar with how things kind of
We set up a
vape
cot.
together. And
It's
Yeah,
got to
she
that
lives there.
point.
She doesn't leave.
you know,
She never lives.
24/7.
Never, ever.
But yeah, no, I mean, sometimes you got to go off the beaten path and try new things, and things that people are into, but maybe they've never tried before, and kind of introduce
Intriguing.
new things.
Peak interest.
Yeah, but
with
definitely I'm really more into like complex flavors. I like that you can, vape strawberry in one puff and then kind of get like a vanilla custard on the next, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
Custards
kind
are
of,
my bee's
I like
knees.
to give that to people for like flavor chasing and stuff like that. But even our simple flavors, I mean, they just are simple ones that either smell great together or we know that they vape well together and they are just
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
blueberry grapevine is a simple flavor
There
that
you go.
that
Has
is
a go-to.
super
People
good.
still order that
It's
today.
lasted the test of time. It's
Yeah.
been around. That was one of our first flavors. As
Originals.
John can attest to. That
You're
was
gonna
one
give him
of the
too
very
big of an
beginning.
ego. Just stop.
But
Just stop.
I don't think it can get
Too
bigger.
much-
I don't
no,
think
no,
can get
it
bigger.
could.
We're gonna renovate again just so John can store his ego somewhere because it's gotten that big. But we love him for it. We do most of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate that thing.
It's very liquid.
It's
We're
very,
fairies. We milk fairies.
it's very liquid.
We milk them. No little nipples.
We're gonna change the name to Fairy Liquid.
Very liquid.
Fairy Liquid.
No little nipples. So, out of the many flavors that you have created since you're at the beginning of time here at Preferred Vapor, what is your all-time favorite? Your all-time go-to?
Everybody asks me that.
It's hard. I'm
I
gonna
don't
stump
have
you
a
in
favorite.
front of
I'm
an
sorry.
audience.
It's bad. I make most of the juice,
Pick
but
two.
I don't really have a favorite. Probably right now, my go-to would be Honey Pot. It's kind of like a graham cracker, fluffy goodness, sweet
fluffy.
kind of vape. It's like an all-day dessert if you're into that kind of thing.
Not so much.
Probably not for you.
Not for
Yeah,
me.
we know
I'm
he doesn't like
fruity.
He
Loves the fruits. Loves the fruits.
And then probably my second favorite would just be a throwback for me, honestly, is
Throwback.
sticky granny nuts.
Oh,
You can't go wrong. I love the
more
bite that
delicious.
it gives you.
Caramel
You have, your fruit with the green apple, and then your nice bite from the hazelnut, and then the caramel as well.
she desserts up everything.
Yeah,
Desserty.
I
Fancies
I'm
up the joint.
sorry, I just like such a warm vape. But
She does.
yeah, they're probably my two go-to flavors. I mean, throwback and new. So I don't know. What about you guys? What's your...
Mine's gonna be Southern Breeze all day. Southern Breeze and
For
Amarillo
throwback?
Sky. Oh yeah. Well, for all-time favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, both of
Shameless.
which are flavors that are on my line at Preferred Vapor, which is the Olmsted e-liquid line. But they were both a collaboration with Brittany. I mean, I go in there and I'm like, hey, I kind of want this, and she's like, delicious in a
This is what
bottle,
you're
and I'm like,
getting.
you're the best. Put it in here. Those would have to be mine: Amarillo Sky and the Southern Breeze. Sorry, Southern Breeze is it's a peach, green apple, blueberry, a little sour, a little honey. The sour just helps the fruits pop. Amarillo is a watermelon candy, melon, honeysuckle, vanilla custard, and it is. I want to bathe in it.
a
It's so
mouthful.
good. It's so good. I want to be it.
I want to be it. I want to be
I wanna be
inside
it.
of it.
What about you?
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon.
Just cinnamon roll, a nice little custard icing. It's very flavorful, but it gives me that bite that I love.
The cinnamon.
And I tend to put cinnamon in anything I try to make.
Everything.
Everything must have cinnamon. It's so good.
Cinnamon in the bedroom.
Yes.
Spice up your life. Spice up your life. What about you, Ian?
My all-day vape today is Sillywabbit. I love this stuff. I can't seem to put it down. Although I have been mixing in Ponies on Acid. I got it from Pink Cloud. I can't put this stuff down as well. I don't know if you've ever eaten gummy worms. Justin said it best.
It's liquid
it is
gummy worm.
Literally liquid gummy worms.
Like not the sour ones.
I will
No,
sit there
just
and
the
eat
straight up
Plain,
gummy.
yeah.
bags
like
and
the
bags
traditional.
of gummy worms and gummy bears. So to find this
Jizz.
was a godsend. I love this
It was
stuff.
sent from God. It's
It
the
was.
juice sent
It
from
was-
God.
From him.
It's from the
bottle's
Heaven's
interesting.
nectar. Yeah, that's what I was
That's
about
so
to get
weird
into.
to me, man.
The
I
the
can't-
bottle is super interesting. I personally wouldn't recommend this style bottle, just because
It's not hand lotion.
Yeah, it's
I like
definitely
it
not
because
shampoo
it
or hand
resembles
lotion.
a foundation bottle, but that's because I'm a girl.
But-
Okay,
That's
I was
my
gonna say I would
problem.
never
Weird.
get
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah,
my
I have
problem
no
with
idea
it.
what that is. What's a liquid foundation?
What? Your house
Your
is gonna
foundation
fall.
tastes like gummy worms.
Your house is gonna break. Don't do
Liquid
that.
foundation. What if it's a waterbed?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love this stuff, and I'm actually gonna drip it right now because I'm getting low on juice.
Don't threaten me with a good
Yeah,
time.
I vape Max VG all the time. I guess out of everybody here, I'm the biggest cloud chaser here. I build
Speak for yourself, bro.
super low.
Limits.
I like pushing the limits.
Yeah.
Push it to
I
the
love
limit.
this stuff.
Trademarks.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
So, I vape Max VG because I don't like throat hit. I take super long, super lungy pulls, and if I get throat hit, I'm coughing and I'm throwing up all over the place,
Don't
and
do
that's
it.
just bad news for everybody, especially at cloud comps. That's how you immediately
Get
lose
disqualified.
cloud comps.
You'll get
You
disqualified.
throw up.
Been
Mr.
there.
Miyagi
Everywhere.
ain't fixing that shit, bro.
So don't do that.
No one
No.
will verse you
He's been there,
ever.
done that.
Ever.
guys. Yeah.
Back to back this time.
That's why they're back to back.
Not
is
falling
because,
for this one
he has
again.
thrown up many a moons. All right, so with that, do we want to go into the giveaway?
Yeah,
Yes.
I love
Giveaway?
giving free shit away. So let's do it.
All right, so right now we're going to get to the giveaway. Last week we posted if you left your comment about your first e-cig and what e-cig you would recommend with the hashtag PVTV. We were going to pick a random winner, so we have all the names of everyone who's
Just
commented with their PVTV hashtag on the YouTube page. So we're going to go ahead and we put it all into random.org, all the names. So we're going to randomize it 3 times. Whoever's at the top on the third one, I guess.
Third one.
Third one is going to be the winner.
All right, so here's the first
So where are the
random.
names going to pop up at?
It's gonna pop up in a list.
Okay.
In this list
All
here
right.
of all the names.
So we go first randomize.
Boom.
Now let's do it again. Number 2. Randomize the list 2 times. Again, third and final time. The winner is Joseph Blue. Congratulations!
Blue.
You won a 6-pack of Preferred Vapor Select. So, message us with your
Shipping information.
Skip that first. First, go to preferredvapor.com. Check on under the selects menu and pick 6 of the flavors that we have listed there. Then message us on YouTube and give us your shipping address and which 6 flavors you would like, and we'll get that shipped out to you pronto.
Yeah, along with the
Nicotine
nicotine
strength.
strength.
Nicotine
We're
strength,
gonna need
mix,
a little
mix.
bit
We
of that.
covered mix in this video,
Yeah.
so that should be an easy one for you.
Sample packs usually are VG
Yeah,
heavy.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's what we usually keep them as.
Pick the mix. I'm sorry.
No.
But it's
VG.
your happy
Horrible host.
medium. If you have a tank, it'll wick perfectly, and you'll get awesome flavor from it. So you're welcome. And if you drip, it's basically Max VG with just a touch of maybe
PG.
a slight throat
It'll
hit,
work
but
in a
it'll carry
tank.
the flavor 10 times better. So
It'll
you're
work in pretty
welcome
much
again.
everything you have.
And 18 and over.
18
Yeah.
and
18
over.
and over.
18 and over.
Yeah.
I need a copy of your ID. I'm
Yes.
sorry, but I need a
Yeah.
copy of your ID if you want free stuff that's got nicotine.
Bring it down the
Sorry.
hammer, man.
Gotta
Bring it
cover
down
butts.
the hammer of the law.
You know.
Yes, covering butts.
Covering butts.
We're like a silk pair of boxers, bro. We're over here covering butts, bro.
I see.
That's what we do. All right, so with that, congratulations to the winner.
Yay, Joseph Blue.
So that pretty much concludes this episode of PVTV. I think what we'd like to do though, for now is, we're gonna go give away a coupon code, which
Yeah.
will be good from the time
Thursday
this
to
video
Thursday.
posts, which should be tomorrow afternoonish. Will last till next Thursday at midnight.
Good for a week.
Good for a week, and it'll be good for
Which is the 26th.
I believe 50% off
50% off
all of
our e-juice.
PV
liquid.
e-juice.
Holla.
Yes, e-liquid.
E-liquid. Sorry, it's a bad habit.
Check out Blues Brews.
Check out shameless plug on that Olmsted
Hey, you
e-liquid
did
though. So yes, check them out. 50% off. Coupon code is going to be.
What are we gonna make it?
We can make it anything. It's endless. We have words.
We can do anything.
All of the words. We will make it.
PVTV2.
Boom. PVTV2 is your coupon
Done.
code. All caps.
I'm deciding
Capital
things
numbers.
today. Executive
All the
decision
words you guys have.
made.
All the words we had were going with PVTV2. We're
Yep.
super uncreative.
Yeah, we're gonna leave the creativeness to Blue in the juice room.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. So yes, be sure to check us out at preferredvapor.com. And use the coupon code PVTV2 for your 50% off.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
First,
First, don't forget.
don't jump, Ian. You're jumping. He's jumping. Skip it. Skip it. So for our next video, what we would like to also in the comments of this video is topics you would like us to cover in the next episode of PVTV. Topics, questions.
Yeah.
Anything you want to
interaction.
hear us talk about and banter about and throw around, debate about, whatever floats your boats.
Questions you need answered.
Yeah.
That
Help.
you'd like us to answer for you.
Q&A,
Help.
whatever.
Troubleshooting. Anything you need.
Yes,
We are
definitely
here
post
for
that
you.
in the
We
thing.
are
We
the
would love to hear from you.
lifeline.
She's the lifeline. We'd love to hear from you. So with that, we will catch you guys next time. It's been a lovely evening. I am Justin,
I'm Brittany.
I'm Becca.
I'm Ian.
and we will see you next week.
Have a wonderful night, guys.
Peace, love, and rubber gloves.
Peace, love, rubber glove.
Bits.
Bits
and pounds. Bits and pounds.
We forgot to mention that if we do pick your question, topic, what have you, we're going to give you away a super special surprise that you're not going to know till we tell you.
It's definitely vape related though, so
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
weird. Nothing. We're not just gonna mail you like a dead pigeon or something crazy. It's definitely vape related.
I don't know. No.
So
Yeah.
yes, if we pick your comment, you are the winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Everyone
Chicken
likes the winners.
I love the winner. This agent gets. Charge that motherfucker.